Well, welcome to the Scott Allen Creative Vlog. We are on episode 9. I am Jason Brewer. This is Jeff Terpstra. We are with Scott Allen Creative. It is a marketing agency that is focused solely on nonprofits. So if you come across our channel, this video at some point, and you're like, I'm not in marketing, I'm not involved with a nonprofit, you can just continue moving on to another video. But if this hits you where you're at and marketing, development, some sort of aspect of that for a nonprofit, this video is essentially, the purpose is to provide some insight into marketing for nonprofits. And so today's episode, we are looking at what nonprofits struggle with. And I thought the best way to start this episode off is to be a little bit transparent and actually admit what I struggle with. One of the things that I struggle with is pronouncing Worcestershire. I believe a lot of people.
I'm not even going to try that one.
I believe a lot of people can relate that they cannot pronounce that word correctly on the first try, like I can. But so the question is, what do nonprofits struggle with?
What we're getting into in this series is really my passion. This is what I love with all my heart. Could talk about it all day long. Jason asked the question, what do nonprofits struggle with? And I think of all the different reasons why people has come to our agency for help. And one of the first reasons is because they're losing donors and they don't know why. Another reason is that there might be a disunity between the development team and the marketing team. Another reason could be that you've changed your services and what you provide in the community and your mission, and now you need to update your brand, kind of like a whole rehaul, because what you look like today is very different than when all the branding was developed 10 or 20 years ago. Another reason could be that you're just trying to reach more generations and your donor base is dying off and you realize, I need to reach people in their 40s and 50s and 30s and you know, all the way through all the generations. How do I do that? Another reason can be is that your brand is just poorly designed. It never was really great to begin with and attractive and beautiful, and you realize we need to refresh this. We need to make it look more contemporary, more relevant.
Yeah, that's where you start something, a nonprofit, maybe a couple of decades ago, and you've kept that same brand or that name, and as things have transitioned, as things have developed, as things in the nonprofit world has just increased, and your level of influence has increased, your brand may not make sense anymore, and there's a disconnect with your audience and what you are offering in what you're communicating with through your brand and maybe your name or something like that. And so there is that disconnect in the nonprofit world.
Yeah, and there's a lot at stake. Could be your job's at stake. Could be even the whole mission could be threatened. When you don't have a compelling story, or when your brand is not relevant for people, or when you're not true to who you are, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal.
I agree. I think when a nonprofit is maybe trying to do too much, they are attracted to so many aspects of their mission that they're just spread so thin. And I know we've come in contact with a nonprofit that's exactly what they're struggling with. And you find out that they're losing donors, 10, 15,000 donors, $3.5 million in donations over the last 4 years. And you start to look into the reason why, and it's like, because there's not focus. There's not something that they are truly passionate about. They are trying so many different things that they're not effective in the areas that they should be effective in.
Yeah.
And so there is a lot at stake when you say that.
And that's what I'm so excited about, because our next episodes are going to be really showing you step by step what you can do to solve some of those problems.
I agree. And you mentioned disunity and storytelling and all these aspects of the struggles. Like, so what can a nonprofit do to be unified or have good storytelling?
Yeah, just like our parents used to tell us, you listen before you speak. And research is so critical before you do anything, and that's what we're going to be talking about next.
That's exactly right. In our next episode, we will be talking about more on the aspect of research. And so I hope you join us in the next episode. Comment below, what are some things that you struggle with, even if it's how you pronounce Wednesday. I don't know. It could be as simple as that.
I don't know what you just said.
I don't know either.